In this video, you're going to learn how to solve proportions. Proportions are when you have two fractions equal to each other. So for example, a number over a number equals a number over a number. That is called a proportion. It's two fractions that are equal to each other. Okay, now the way that we solve it is we cross multiply. So we go like this. Diagonal, A times D, we multiply. Equals B times C. So we just multiply these two together, equals, multiply these two together, and that is how we solve. And then we'll end up with an equation that we know how to solve. So here's your first example. And you may find sometimes the numbers get a little big and you have to use a calculator, and that's totally fine. So for this first example, I'm gonna multiply 3 times 35 equals 15 times x. Okay, now look, I'm gonna just write just so you can see. It looks a little silly to write it like this, x times 15, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, let's do this math. 3 times 35 is 105. X times 15 is 15x, right? We write it like this. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is get x by itself, right? I'm solving an equation, so I'm always looking to get x by itself. Right now, x is being multiplied by 15, so I'm going to divide by 15. 105 divided by 15 is 7. And again, you might need a calculator, not a big deal. Okay, here's one more example. Okay, again, I'm going to multiply across. 1 times 14 equals 4 times n. I'm just going to write that as 4n. 1 times 14 is just 14. Okay, and it so happens in my example that I ended up with the variable on the right both times. That won't always happen, right? Like let's say the variable was here, then I would have ended up with the variable on the left. And it also doesn't matter. I could have done 4 times n equals 1 times 14 and put it over here. Okay, so the side that it's on doesn't matter. 14 divided by 4 is 3.5. Okay, again, we'll occasionally get a decimal answer, so feel free to just use a calculator here. Okay, and you are just going to do 3 practice problems right now in Edulastic, and you could probably just fit them across just like that, just to make sure that you're good to go.